And we are ready to go. Good morning, John.
Hey, Shoshana.
So this is our second daily dose where we are talking about 5 things that are going on at the ORA and in our state. My name is Shoshana Gross. I am the events manager for the Ohio Restaurant Association. And you are?
John Barker, President and CEO of the ORA.
Great. So this morning we want to just do 5 quick topics that we think are important to the ORA and to all Ohio restaurant, food service, and hospitality workers, owners, operators. So what do you think is at the top of the list this morning?
Yeah, so thanks, Shoshana. At the top of the list yesterday, Governor DeWine had a press conference and talked about the Restart Ohio plan. And obviously there was a lot of interest in that. There were certain industries and sectors that were deemed to be opening here shortly this Friday, things like outpatient surgeries and dental offices, things like that, veterinarians. May 4th, general offices, distribution centers, manufacturing and construction. And then May 12th, retail stores, consumer service businesses, and things like that are permitted to be open. Missing from all of that was any mention of restaurants being open. In fact, we were on a long list of things that will continue to be closed.
Yeah, which is disappointing, but I also think that restaurants have been doing a fantastic job making the best of what we do have, which is delivery, carry out, curbside opportunities. Why do you think it's critical that restaurants are able to open for dine-in service?
I think you hit it on the head. You know, so many of our members, about half, are back in the business. Obviously, after dine-in was shut down, they quickly used parts of their businesses to be able to do. If you're a quick serve business, you have drive-through, so that's very helpful. And if you're a business that already did delivery and online and carry out, you know, you're able to kind of double down on that. And we've seen great examples of that across the state. The problem is, as we see these results, they're still not anywhere near the sales levels they were before the COVID-19 crisis. In fact, you know, what we're seeing is sales down 20 to 90%, depending on the specific type of a restaurant and what sector it's in. So people are doing their best to make it during all this, but it's hard. It's really hard. And then 50% of our members are completely closed. And so getting reopened so that people have the opportunity to generate some cash flow is something on the top of the minds of our members really across the state.
Yeah, I definitely am excited and anxious for businesses to reopen as soon as it's safe. And, we at the ORA support the governor's decisions, but we are also really anxious for our businesses to get back and up and running as in full capacity.
Shoshana, yesterday, our response to the governor's announcement was that we would like at least 2 weeks notice, on when restaurants could reopen. And some restaurants could get reopened faster than that, we realize, but most are going to need time to get staff back in, get trained, and importantly, getting inventory back in. So we asked for some notice on that, and then we asked for a mid-month reopening of restaurants. We specifically asked for May 15th. And by the way, this is done after thorough planning with all the health departments around the state of Ohio. We put together an entire plan and with the Ohio Environmental Health Association, as well as the National Restaurant Association, for all the safe practices, social distancing, gloves, facial coverings, everything. And that plan is out. And many of our members have looked at that and they've already put their plans in place. So when they get the green light, they'll be able to operate safely.
So something else that we've been doing a lot of, if you've been following the ORA, is webinars. We are hosting webinars weekly, sometimes more than once a week. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we've had several with people who have been helpful on a number of different subjects. We've had many with elected officials. Earlier this week, we had Congressman Anthony Gonzalez. He was excellent. He was very thoughtful. He knew all the issues that we're struggling with on the CARES Act and the PPP and how that's not really usable by many in our industry, and he's advocating for us and gave us some great advice that we're going to be continuing to pursue. But then, knowing that businesses are operating and trying to do the best they can with all the tools in the toolbox, and many are getting ready for when we get the green light. We have one scheduled for this Thursday, and I know, Shoshana, you've been working on that. Who's going to be on that webinar?
Yeah, this is our getting ready to open or reopen your restaurants webinar. So, there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. We wanted to make sure that we were including as many sectors of the industry as we could. So we have Sherry Harper from Frisch's, Doug Fahrenholtz from the Wasserstrom Company. We have Mike Honert from Cisco Cincinnati, making sure that we do get that distributor's perspective, as well as J.R. Daring from the Cameron Mitchell Restaurant Group. Garrett Gioza from Franklin County Public Health, so we have that safety and sanitation perspective there. And then Ryan Rose, who is the CEO and president of Romeo Pizza franchise, and he's also has multiple businesses that have been affected by the coronavirus. So he's going to be talking about it from that perspective. So I think it's going to be a great group. We're really excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I think it'll be helpful to restaurateurs across the state just to hear, from their peers and some great ideas. So looking forward to that. Hey, the last thing, Shoshana, before we wrap up is we've had great success with our ORA Employee Relief Fund. And I know that you and others on our team have been working on. It's been terrific. We've all done different pieces of it, but we've had donations starting to, come in at a nice clip, although we continue to try to raise more money as much as we possibly can. 100% of all the money that we raised is going to be going out to people who are applying for the relief. And last Friday, I signed checks for the first 100 that are getting them. And this week we'll be putting out another tranche of relief fund. And, the notes that we're getting from people on the applications or after they receive the money, they're just heartbreaking. In listening to one that we were talking about yesterday, a woman said, "This is the first time I've really been able to go out and fill my refrigerator with some groceries." And this is 7 weeks since she was laid off. So we know we're doing good work here, and we are so thankful for those who have donated and help us tell people more about the relief fund.
Yeah, it's such a great opportunity for us to be able to give back to this industry. We're thrilled that we've seen so much generosity from corporations, individuals, foundations. So there's still plenty of opportunity to donate, and we are still accepting applications at restaurantsrelief.org. Is that right? Yeah. So you can check it out on our Facebook page if you're interested.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.